Hello, it's Susan here from Komori no Hime Cosplay, and today we're going to be making the dress for the Boosette cosplay. To make Boosette's dress, we're going to be using the officially licensed Nintendo Simplicity Princess Peach pattern, since she's supposed to be a spin-off of Peach. And we're going to start with the sleeves, just because I like doing things out of order. So I cut two of the sleeve pieces out of white matte satin. This is going to be the main material that I'm going to be using for the entire dress. And I zigzagged along the edges to keep it from fraying, and also sewed some gathering stitches along the bottom and along the top of the sleeve to give it that poof later on. Then we're going to cut two of the sleeve cuff pieces out of the white fabric, fold it in half. Then we're going to sew it along the bottom of the sleeve, gathering the bottom of the sleeve so that it is the same length as the cuff part. So it's going to create a tube to insert the elastic in later on. Use the elastic guide piece to cut two of the elastic pieces. Then we're going to insert the elastic into the channel at the bottom of the sleeve, and we're going to sew it into place at each end. Then we're going to put right sides together and sew the sleeve together along the side seam. So when it is turned right side out, it looks something like this. To make the bodice of the dress, we're going to cut out the front, back, and side back panels. And we're going to sew them together along the shoulders and along all of the side seams, leaving the back part open. And since a lot of the Boosette designs have a lower neckline than traditional Princess Peach, I just cut away however much I wanted and gave it more of a square-shaped neckline. Then we're going to repeat the same process again with the lining fabric to create the bodice lining. I'm just using some cotton muslin that I had left over from another project. Putting right sides together, we're going to sew the lining to the outer portion of the bodice, all along the neckline. Turn the bodice right side out, and we're going to top stitch along the collar. Then we're going to zigzag along the edges of the armholes and all along the bottom and the center back of the bodice to keep the edges from fraying and to hold the lining and the outer portion of the bodice together. To give a little bit more detail around the neckline, I then gathered some tulle and sewed it on, and also sewed on another one of the red buttons, just like we did for the necklace. To finish off the bodice, we're going to take the sleeves that we made earlier and sew them on. Moving on to the skirt, we're going to cut the front piece and the two back pieces out of the white fabric, zigzag along the edges to keep them from fraying, then sew them together along the side seams. Gather the skirt and sew it to the waistband of the dress. I then covered up the stitching using more of the tulle. Then we're going to sew the back of the dress together and insert a zipper. Take the bottom layer pieces and we're going to sew them together to create a long loop, and we're going to do this 2 times. Putting right sides together, we're going to take the two bottom dress tier pieces and we're going to sew them together along what will become the bottom hem of the dress. Turn the material right side out, press it flat, and zigzag the raw edges together. Sew the final tier to the bottom of the dress, and I also added some more of the tulle for that ghostly look. And with that, the Boosette dress is done. For more cosplay tutorial videos, please subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.